beta males, simp, orbiters, chumps. All these words are so popular in today's societies because of one very reason. Men today are weak. Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and sexually weak. Men today are weak, not because they are born this way, but because they have grown up this way, in an environment that allows them to be frail, to be socially inept and anxious, to be unmasculine and self-conscious, to be risk-averse and afraid. Men today are weak because they lack of purposes in life, other than getting laid, which prompt them to either chase ass or give in to the world of porn addictions and OnlyFans girls. There's hardly anything in between. To them, progressions and self-improvement is not an appealing journey. It is almost always easier to sit your ass down and do nothing than to stand up and create something. Men today accept the complacency and mediocrity because they believe that women should love them for who they are, not what they have. Even though real attractions actually come from their potential, from who they can become. Today's far too many young men fail in relationships because of their one-sided belief in attraction. That loving and caring and comforting are always somehow more superior than being charismatic, than being physically desirable, and being financially stable. They are too naive to realize that it doesn't matter what they think or what they deem as right or believe in. In the end, it's up to the other persons to decide if they are attracted or not. They don't understand that attraction is something that cannot be negotiated and only can be displayed and occurs naturally. You cannot force someone to be deeply in love with you. And similarly, you cannot be a simp and expect to be praised and loved by others. Having the traits of a gentleman is not enough. It's only a part of the equations. Having the ability to demonstrate your masculinity, your leadership, your charisma and values is really the deal breaker that unfortunately most men today do not have or do not understand that. Recognize that simping is a real thing, and being a simp is an ugly description for men. It takes away your pride and your self-confidence because it shows that you are not good enough as you are. So you have to compensate in order to get women's validation. Men who put women on pedestal, men who are too emotionally available, men who are overly attentive and caring to girls that do not reciprocate needs to learn to value their times, money, and energies. Men who are her emotional tampon, men who are in the friend zone, men who provide her a shoulder to cry on while she complains about other men, need to seriously ask yourself a question about the relationship. Is this something you want? Is this something you want from her? Because at any given point, the answer is a no. Then you need to quit being a weak-ass man and start doing yourself a favor. Confront her or take your leave, or both. Because you need to move on. Because you need to give yourself some respect as a man whose time is scarce and whose attention is valuable. Do not waste your life watering flowers that do not bloom. And what's important is not just to find and cater to another flower, but develop the tools that you need to create a beautiful garden yourself. That means learn and improve yourself as a skillful gardener who is capable of successfully grow any kind of flowers you want. It will not be a simple transition. No, it will be a quick transformation that you can make. But it will be a step that is infinitely better than being an unemployed worker who has never had a smell of pretty flower, nor a touch of attainable success. So stop chasing ass. You are not born to be a woman pleaser. Nor you ever need to be. Stop trying to sacrifice yourself and your time for the needs of a woman, or about anyone else that you know goddamn well that do not give back the time that you deserve. You are your own man, and you can sculpt yourself however you want in order to become attractive and become a high value person, at the very least in your own eyes, by utilizing your strengths and potential that you have in yourself. But that requires you to focus on yourself first and foremost. The women's are only the byproducts of you taking actions and achieve the result. At the end of the day, not all men are weak, but it is the growing mindset that separates the weak from the powerful. Men who grow up strong and successful are the living testament of what is possible and what is obtainable. They are pieces of mirrors that every man should look into and admire and follows. So stop with the crab in the bucket mentality. Avoid the shaming, avoid the hatred, avoid the jealousy, and always left is a spark of fire for motivations and self-improvements that can lead to a future of achieving greatness. Use them as inspiration and be persistent and be patient and be disciplined with yourself. And eventually that spark of fire will become a blaze that drives you to success in whatever fields that you find yourself into, even with women. Do not ever be afraid of improving yourself. The day you stop improving is the day you die. That's it for today. So it's been a while, and sorry about that. But if you like the messages, please leave a like, comments, and subscribe if you appreciate what I do. Then I'll just see you in the next video. Peace.